This is how to create a batarang. I'm going to create a new standard IPT. I'm going to go to my origin plane, and I'm going to choose the XY plane. Ensure that you are on the front view and that it is right side up. I'm going to grab a line tool, lock onto the center origin. I'm going to draw a line straight down, and I'm going to make it 2.251 inches tall. This is going to be the center of the batarang. I'm now going to grab an arc, lock onto the center point again, and I'm going to come slightly below the line here, and I'm going to create an arc that is 0.475. I'm going to dimension from one end of the arc to the other, and I'm going to make this 0.3. Now I'm going to grab my line tool again. I'm going to lock onto the center. I'm going to draw a line straight out, and I'm going to make sure that this line is tangent. So I'm going to click tangent. I'm going to click this arc and this line to make sure it's tangent. It says that it already exists, but we want to make sure that it is tangent, and it is. Cancel. Now I'm going to grab my line tool, and I'm going to draw a line for the ear. So I'm going to click and come up, make the point, and I'm going to come down below where I started. So I've drawn this triangular shape. Now I'm going to dimension from one tip to the other tip so that I can say how wide this is going to be. I'm going to make this 0.2 wide. Now I want to dimension from the beginning of the triangle to the tip of the ear. I'm going to bring this up, and I'm going to make it 0.1 so that the ear is centered. Now I'm going to dimension how tall this line is right here. This line is going to be 0.55. Now I'm going to grab a point, and I'm going to draw where I want my point to be for where the wing is going to go. So I'm just going to click up here, and then I'm going to dimension how far away it is from each of our different points. First I'm going to click at the end of my ear to the point and come up, and I'm going to make it 0.966. Then I'm going to click the end of my ear and click the point, and for this direction it's going to be 0.567. Now I'm going to create the arc for the wing, so I'm going to click my arc tool, lock onto the end of the ear. I'm going to come up above the dimension line here just a bit, click, and I'm going to just make an arc. Now I'm going to dimension the arc. This arc should have a dimension of 2.03. The distance from the beginning of the arc to the end of the arc is going to be 0.599. The distance from here to the tip of the arc is going to be 0.05. Now I'm going to grab my arc tool again. I'm going to lock onto this point, come down and snap on to the end of my other arc, and I'm going to curve this until they are tangent with one another. You're going to see the little tangent symbol show up as I lock this on, or I can just click the arc, come up to my tangent tool, click my first arc, and then click my second arc to make them tangent. Now the arc is tangent. Now I'm going to grab my line tool, lock onto the end of my point here, and I'm going to make a line that comes straight out 2.634. Now I'm going to grab my arc tool again, and I'm going to make another arc for the wing. So I'm going to lock onto the end here. I'm going to come down and just make an arc. Now I'm going to dimension this arc. First, I'm going to dimension the size of the arc. This arc is going to be 3.457. I'm going to dimension from the tip of the arc to this end of the arc, and I'm going to make this 1.148. Then I'm going to dimension from the tip of the arc to the end of the other end of the arc, but I'm going to come this direction. And I'm going to make it 0.845. Now I'm going to grab my point tool. I'm going to draw a point out here in space. And I'm going to dimension to this point. From the tip to the point is going to be 1.485. And from the tip of the point to this point in this direction, it's going to be 1.225. Now I'm going to grab my arc tool again. I'll lock onto my wing, lock onto my point, make an arc, doesn't matter how big, because we are going to tangent this again. I'm going to tangent this arc and this arc. So now they are tangent with one another. I'm going to go and grab my arc tool again, make an arc from this point. I'm going to come down, create the arc, dimension the arc. I'm going to make this dimension 3.723. I'm going to dimension from the tip of the arc to this point. And I'm going to make this number 0.086. And I'm going to dimension from the tip of the arc to this point and make the number 1.355. I'm going to grab my arc tool one last time, lock onto the arc that I just made, lock onto the bottom of my original line, make an arc. I'm going to go to tangent again. I'm going to tangent this arc and this arc. I am now finished creating half of my batarang. So I'm going to go to Finish Sketch. I'm going to go to Isometric View. I'm going to extrude this shape. I'm going to make sure that my extrude is going to go symmetric. I'm going to make it go 0.25. And I'm going to hit OK. Now I'm going to click the top left corner of my cube so that I can see the left side. And I'm going to come up here to Mirror. And I'm going to click this object. And I'm going to click Mirror Plane. And I'm going to click this face. And hit OK. Now I have my completed batarang shape. Now I'm going to make the edges sharp. So I'm going to go to Fillet. No. I'm going to go to Camphor. And I'm going to choose this solution, distance and angle. First, for my distance, 0.125 is exactly what I want. But my angle is not going to be 45. My angle is going to be 60 degrees. Now it wants me to choose a face. I'm going to choose this top face right here. And I'm going to choose this edge. And this edge. And I'm going to hit Apply. Next I'm going to choose this face. I'm going to choose this edge and this edge. And hit Apply. Next I'm going to choose this arc under here. And I'm going to choose this edge and hit Apply. And lastly, I'm going to choose this bottom face and choose these two edges as well. I have now successfully sharpened one end of my blade, or my batarang. So now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to select this face and do these two edges, hit Apply. Click this face and do these two edges, and Apply. I'm going to turn my cube here, click on this face and do these two edges and hit apply. And finally this face and these two edges and apply. My batarang is now sharpened. I'm now going to add a little bit of detail to my batarang. I'm going to click on the front face. I'm going to make a new sketch. And I am going to use offset. I'm going to click the outside border of this yellow line. And I'm going to bring my line in a ways. I'm going to dimension from this line to this line. And I'm going to make this 0.08. And hit finish sketch. I'm going to extrude the middle face. And I'm going to extrude it 0.05. And I'm going to go the other direction so that it cuts into the face. And I'm going to hit OK. Next, I'm going to do fillet. I'm going to fill it with a radius of 0.05. I'm going to fillet all these inner edges here. And I'm going to fillet the outer edges as well. I've now filleted all these front faces, so I'm going to hit apply, cancel. Now I'm going to mirror. I'm going to take extrusion 2, click the mirror plane, choose XY, hit OK. And now I just need to fillet the other side. So I will click all these edges. Finally, I'll change the color. So I'm going to change the entire object to a different color. And I'm going to choose gunmetal. Next, I'm going to click on chamfer 1 and hold shift, click on chamfer 8. I'm going to right click these and go to properties. And I'm going to go to chrome polished black. And hit OK. We've now successfully completed our batarang. We can alter the colors to our liking. This color seems pretty appropriate and looks like it does in the actual show.